Dear students, in this class I am going to discuss about the cholesterol biosynthesis and its regulation along with the states of degradation of cholesterol. Next please. So cholesterol is the steroid alcohol of animal tissues. It has a typical structure parahydrocyclopentanophenothrin ring that you will be showing. Essential functions of cholesterol. Cholesterol is very important and required by all the cells because number one, it is the essential structural component of the cell membrane. Gone through the cell membrane, you have probably understood that cholesterol, how much it is important, which maintains the membrane fluidity. It does not allow the over-fluidity as well as it prevents over-rigidity. Moreover, it is required by all the cells as a precursor of steroid hormones produced by all the cells. And also the vitamin D is synthesized from cholesterol. And cholesterol is ultimately degraded into bile acids and bile salts are formed in the liver, which is also required for the digestion of fat and lipids. So cells of the body require a continuous supply of cholesterol. Where from they get? From two sources. One, from the diet, internalized from the diet as well as produced in all the cells by the biosynthesis of cholesterol. Next please. A complex series of transport, biosynthesis and regulatory mechanisms has been evolved in cholesterol utilization and maintenance of the body function. Excess is also detrimental, whereas the amount of cholesterol is very much important so that cell function goes on normally. The liver plays central role of cholesterol homeostasis. Cholesterol synthesized in extrahepatic tissues as well as in the liver. And cholesterol also transported to the liver from intestine as well as from extrahepatic tissues as lipoproteins. We will be discussing the lipoprotein formation and the transport of lipids in the form of lipoproteins in a separate class. The cholesterol excreted from liver as a modified form and as bile salts through bile. So, liver is the central organ which maintains the cholesterol homeostasis. The balance between influx and efflux of cholesterol into the liver is very important. Deposition of cholesterol leads to atherosclerosis and coronary artery disease. That will be understanding better when we go through the lipid transport or cholesterol transport mechanisms in a separate class. Next please. So here is the structure of cholesterol. It is very hydrophobic. As I have told you, consists of 4 fused hydrocarbon rings A, B, C and D called steroid nucleus. So 1 pentane cyclopentane and 3 phenanthrene ring and a hydrocarbon chain is there with 1 hydroxyl group at a third position. 8 carbon branched hydrocarbon chain is attached to C17 of the cholesterol molecule. So sterols are basically steroids with 8 to 10 carbon atoms in the side chain at C17. So all the sterols are like that, and a OH group at the C3 position, carbon 3 position. So there is some changes in the structure of animal sterol along with the plant sterol that will be showing. Next please. In the plant sterols such as beta cetosterol or sigma sterol differ only in the alkyl group attached to C17 as I was telling you. So here is in sigma sterol structure, this is the cetosterol structure. So changes in the hydrocarbon number. So plant sterols is poorly absorbed by the humans. It blocks the absorption by dietary cholesterol by the enterocytes. So all the enterocytes are blocked when we take some plant sterols. Therefore, one modality of treatment of hypercholesterolemia was to advise the dietary intake of plant sterols like margarine, which helps in lessen the absorption of the animal cholesterol whenever we take along with the margarine. Next, please. So now we try to understand about the synthetic states of cholesterol. The synthesis of cholesterol occurs in almost all the cells, also in the liver. And the start materials is acetyl-CoA. So when cholesterol synthesized in the cell, when cell has excess energy, it has lot of ATPs and NADPH stored during lipid biosynthesis. So that acetyl-CoA is congested and total citric acid cycle is also full. So excess of acetyl-CoA is there after the digestion of the metabolism of the carbohydrate, and so this acetyl-CoA comes out through the citrate port outside the mitochondria to the cytosol, where it is converted again back to acetyl-CoA, and this acetyl-CoA goes for the synthesis of lipid as well as for the synthesis of the cholesterol. And first three steps of cholesterol biosynthesis are similar to the generation of the ketone bodies. But ketone body synthesis occur inside the mitochondria, where cholesterol synthesis occur outside. So here acetyl-CoA to condense to form acetoacetyl-CoA, and there another acetyl-CoA is integrated to form beta-hydroxy beta-methyl glutaryl-CoA or HMG-CoA, and this HMG-CoA is acted on by an enzyme known as HMG-CoA reductase here, which is the key enzyme of cholesterol biosynthesis, which is the regulatory enzyme of cholesterol biosynthesis. And this HMG-CoA converts this HMG-CoA reductase converts this HMG-CoA to mevalonate, a 6-carbon intermediate, which is very, very important steps with the help of 2 NADPH plus H plus. And these steps can be influenced by several compounds like bile acids, like cholesterol itself. Even it is influenced by some drugs like statins, which inhibit the enzyme. So we'll be discussing that in the regulation of cholesterol synthesis. Next, please. Now, there are several steps. Simply, this mevalonate is a 6 carbon residue which intermediates, which is by few steps converted into a 5 carbon isoprenyl pyrophosphate unit or isoprenyl unit. This 5 carbon compound isoprenyl ultimately condensed to form first geranyl pyrophosphate, which is 10 carbon compound, and thereafter farnesyl pyrophosphate, which is 15 carbon compound, and this 15 carbon compound, again 2 of them unite to form squalene, the 30 carbon compound hydrocarbon chain. And this squalene is cyclized to form ring structures, the first sterols, nanosterol. And this nanosterol, after several steps, is converted to 27 carbon residue cholesterol. So it's a complicated steps. You just go through for your understanding. And to make it simple, next please, to make it simple, we can just remember this way. The most important steps of formation of the cholesterol, the formation of mevalonate by the action of the HMG-CoA reductase from the ingredients of acetyl-CoA. And this mevalonate ultimately forms active isoprenoid units of 6 carbon residues, 5 carbon residues. That isoprenoid units ultimately condense to form 6 of those condensed to form squalene, and the squalene, which is a 30 carbon residues, ultimately cyclization occurs and forms squalene is converted to nanosterol, which is a ring structures, and these nanosterols, after some steps, 3 methyl groups are removed from here, is converted to cholesterol, which is a 20 carbon compound. So HMG-CoA reductase, which is a microsomal enzyme, is the regulatory enzyme and site of action of many cholesterol lowering drugs. That is very important. I have told you the regulatory steps in this. And NADPH plus H plus is the cofactor in this biosynthesis procedure. Next, please. Here is the regulation of cholesterol synthesis. There are two ways of cholesterol synthesis is regulated. One is long-term and is a short-term basis. The long-term basis is mainly sterol-dependent regulation. What is sterol-dependent regulation? When cholesterol amount in the cell increases, the cell stops synthesizing cholesterol further. And when there is deficient of cholesterol in the cell, the synthesis starts automatically by the gene induction and repression procedure. Here, the gene for HMG-CoA reductase is under influence of sterol regulatory element. That you will be understanding further when you study the molecular biology classes. The element as a part of the promoter region which needs to be activated first towards activation of the gene. The gene is expressed. The gene expressions mean protein or RNA is produced, mRNA is produced for the HMG-CoA reductase, and this mRNA gives rise to the HMG-CoA enzymes. When enzymes are more, that will act on the substrates to form cholesterol. Biosynthetic procedure is enhanced. But when cholesterol is more in the cell, it automatically inhibits this cholesterol regulatory HMG CoA reductase, the sterol regulatory element binding protein not to be separated, and so the SREBP cannot be attached to the SRE, which needs to be induced. So cholesterol synthesis does not, the HMG CoA reductase synthesis does not occur, and this way cholesterol itself controls the synthesis of cholesterol. So this is known as sterol dependent regulation, and there are other sterol independent regulation, mainly by reversible phosphorylation and dephosphorylation under influence of hormones or cyclic AMP. When insulin is there, the synthesis procedure occurs and cholesterol biosynthesis occurs under the influence of insulin as well as lipid synthesis. But when there is not sufficient energy, the glucagon takes over, which influences cyclic AMP. Under the influence of cyclic AMP, there is phosphorylation of the HMG CoA reductase, which it becomes inactive, and so cholesterol synthesis cannot occur. And another way, the end products and the immediate products like cholesterol and bile acids both inhibit, along with the mevalonate, inhibit the synthesis of cholesterol when they are excess. So cholesterol synthesis is highly regulated by the short-term as well as long-term cholesterol regulatory mechanisms, and the statin group of drugs are very commonly used for the inhibiting the cholesterol synthesis, mainly in the patients suffering from hypercholesterolemia. Next, please. Here is the steps of cholesterol degradation. As I have already told you, cholesterol is ultimately degraded in the liver to form first bile salts, bile acids, and thereafter bile salts. So bile acids are primary and thereafter secondary, and primary bile acids are cholic acid and secondary bile acids are primary bile acids are cholic acid and enodeoxycholic acids. So they are primary and secondary and tertiary cholic acids, tertiary bile acids are formed. Basically, cholesterol has one alcohol at the third position. In case of cholic acid, there is another OH group at the seventh position, is attached by an enzyme known as hydroxylase. And in case of chenodeoxycholic acid, another alcohol group or OH group is attached at the 18th position. So three more and more alcohol group make the particular molecule more and more polar, less hydrophobic, and thereafter it is attached by some salts like glycine or taurine. Taurine is a derivative of cysteine. So these salts are attached with the cholesterol, the bile acids to form bile salts. So in a bile salt, there are some portions which are hydrophobic and there are some portions which are polar or water soluble. So lipids are helped by these bile salts to form micelles, and so that it helps in absorption process. You will be learning more about it in the digestion and absorption classes. So This is what I will be discussing more detail when I will go through with the lipoprotein transport class. But basically liver is the organ which is central in controlling the cholesterol balance or homeostasis. So in hideous way, cholesterol can enter the liver cells from dietary cholesterol in the form of chylomicron. Liver cell itself produces cholesterol by the de novo synthesis, and from extrahepatic tissue the extra cholesterol is taken back to the liver by the HDL, another lipoprotein. And from the liver, the lipoproteins which secrete the cholesterol from the peripheral tissues in the form of VLDL. Otherwise, cholesterol which is excess can also be excreted in the form of free cholesterol or converted in the form of bile acids or bile salts. So this way the influx and efflux of cholesterol is controlled by the liver. So that we'll be learning and understanding much more when we go through the classes of lipoprotein transport. Thanks for listening. Please go through. If you have any doubts, get it cleared when we have interactive sessions. Thank you very much.